This Coast to Coast Entertainment Network program is brought to you by Beside Me Bracelets. Our bracelets are handmade for any occasion. Use the promo code Coast to Coast for 15% off. Visit their website at besideme.com. Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry. With 24-hour shopping available, use the code 160920 and show her some love, like she showed us. Reaper Apparel Company, a commitment to live your most authentic way every single day. Visit reaperapparelco.com for more information and a look at all of their apparel offerings. And by Good Day Embroidery, your local source for custom embroidery, screen printing, and more. Log on to gooddayembroidery.com for more information.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Entertainment Hour here on the Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. I am your host, Dragon Viper, and alongside is my co-host, Chris P. Bacon. How are you doing, Chris?
I am doing good. Glad to be here. It's going to be a fun show.
I think so, and I do have, my wonderful half here, Sarah, right next to me. She'll be speaking once in a while when she's still not feeling good. So, again, hope she gets better. So to start off, like we always do, talking about the programs here on the Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. Go ahead, Chris, and say what's on here.
Yeah. All right. So, entertainment hours right now. Tomorrow will be on deck. Then you'll have Between the Ropes on Sunday, C2C at night on Monday, C2C Rankum on Tuesday, and then I believe Sports Minute on Wednesday. We're trying to figure out shows, but that's what we have so far.
Okay, thank you, Chris. And as always, we start off with a little bit of news through the entertainment world. First thing I do want to point out, and if Chris can bring up those photos, here where we live in Oregon on the coast, we get celebrities that go to like the golf course, because we have like a great golf course in Bandon. We have what was called the Mill Casino, and now it's being labeled something else now. Coquel. It's like Coquel Casino Resort or something. Anyway, so we do get celebrities every once in a while, but there, for those of you who know Jason Kelce, who some of you may know, some of you may not know, there's a picture of him at our restaurant called the Pancake Mill, which serves really good food, really good pancakes. And he did, and for those of you that don't know, Jason Kelce is the brother of Travis Kelce, who is the one that's dating, I guess, still dating Taylor Swift. I don't know why, but we all know I don't like her. So anyway, Jason Kelce actually posted this and put this on the Pancake Mill Facebook page. But this is what Jason Kelce quoted. Driving in North Bend, Oregon, where we're located near, found this incredible spot on the side of the road. Service was patient, food was great, knickknacks for sale, adorable, great pancakes, and cream cheese pie. And Donna, I'm assuming Donna is his wife, but I don't know who Donna is. But he says, Donna used to make a strawberry cream cheese pie growing up, so it felt extra special. Okay, sister, something like that. If you catch yourself out this way, enjoyed this quaint spot very much. So to have somebody, like a celebrity reaching out to, social media, mentioning about how great, our little Pancake Mill restaurant is, that's interesting. And, so but I just wanted to point that out. I mean, Chris, you're ever in Oregon? Jason just threw out a good comment about it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so that's one thing I wanted.
That's right. Even where I'm at, there's not a lot of celebrities that just sort of show up. So it's kind of special when it happens.
You're from Dallas. I mean, I can't imagine
True.
how popular and how this is.
That's why it's not.
So,
Yeah.
But yeah, for someplace small like where we live, it's something. So I had to throw that out.
Yeah.
Like millions of people in Dallas compared to like what we have 26,000 or something here.
Less than that here. So anyway, we're moving on to. We did have a major celebrity death this week. I mean, I think we had a couple more, but I didn't catch who they were. But I did catch one. Jonathan Joss, who played John Redcorn on King of the Hill, he was the Indian on there.
Native American.
Politically correct.
Sorry.
Native American. He was actually shot to death in San Antonio. So, be careful out there, Chris. This was in Texas. And supposedly he had come out and announced that he was gay. To have a hate crime is just a terrible thing altogether. And that's exactly what it was. It was a hate crime. And I hope, I haven't read anything else from it, but I hope that, the people or person was caught after doing it. And so.
It was his neighbor, from what I read.
Oh, it was his neighbor?
It was his neighbor, yeah. Him and his husband were both came out and he was shot by his neighbor.
So I mean that's terrible, So I liked him on King of the Hill, so it was sad to see that happen. Another thing, news story I got was Jason Biggs. Now everybody knows who Jason Biggs is. Okay, so police are taking back the fact that it was a hate crime. But so Jason Biggs, everybody knows Jason Biggs is from American Pie. Whoever has seen American Pie, we all know that Jason Biggs is one of the main stars on that movie. And they made several different movies of American Pie and stuff like that. Well, Jason Biggs, I did not know this, but he actually had an addiction problem. He has since been clean. He has come out, in interviews and everything like that. But he has come out in interviews and mentioned about his addiction problem. There was one statement that caught my eye when I was looking at news, and one of the statements was the fact that he was so at the bottom of the barrel. He went and decided to. It was so bad he went into a garbage can just to get his fix. So addictions are bad enough. I have an addictive personality. A lot of times when I do something, I'm hooked to it. So, in the past I've had a gambling addiction, and there's other addictions that I'm dealing with right now. Nothing too awful bad, but it's still there. but I have an addictive personality, so I know what it's like to have an addiction to something. But Jason Biggs admitted that he was addicted to cocaine, and so he ended up going into the garbage can at one point just to get his fix of that.
Wow.
It was terrible, and from my understanding now, he's completely clean. He's completely, doing better. Yeah. And so, I mean, he's doing much better, which I'm glad to hear. But that was pretty bad. And then we have a comment. My mom's messaging saying, "Hi, y'all. Hi, Mom.
Hi,
Mom.
I know she's not doing well either. She's not feeling good, so I hope she gets better." I guess there's been a bug going around lately, so I hope everybody that's sick gets better. And the last news story that I got was Jennifer Garner. She ended up admitting in an interview that she ended up having Botox. She came out and said that she regrets it, said that it doesn't do anybody any good to get it, and it doesn't work and it's not worth it. So, I never thought of doing Botox because, I even though sometimes I don't like the way I look, I'd rather not change what change it that kind of way.
Yeah.
There's way of, changing the way you look on certain things, and I just rather not do it. Just let me handle with what I've got going. And, if I was meant to have big lips, or if I was meant to have, big ears or whatever, a big chin, then I would already have them. So
I have seen some good with Botox for the migraine point of view. One of my cousins gets really bad migraines, and she's gotten Botox, and it seems to help her a lot. I also know one of the adopted dads of my kids does the Botox for people, and he swears by it, but I don't know.
So, and then Mom says, "Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome." She's not feeling good when one of her favorite food is spaghetti, and when she's not eating spaghetti, you definitely know she's not feeling good. So,
Right.
yeah, hopefully she gets better. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and move on to our topic of where are they now. I did a popular show that everybody knows about, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And I ended up starting off with Will Smith, who pretty much played himself. He actually has just come out. I can't remember the name, but he has just come out with a new album. And I think I mentioned this a few weeks ago, 3-4 weeks ago, maybe, a couple months ago, whatever, whenever it was. But he came out with a new album. He is still acting. And he even, for those of you that don't know, which I don't know who wouldn't know, but he did make the news in 2022 with him, slapping Chris Rock on stage at the Oscars. My question is, would you hit someone, and I'm curious about this, would you hit someone if they talk bad about the person you are with and love, even if it means it's in front of the entire nation and could ruin your career? Could you see yourself doing something like that? Like it doesn't matter if you hit someone.
For the same reason he did,
No.
because they were making fun of his wife's disease that she has. Yeah, definitely.
That's a tricky one because you want to do it in the moment because you're frustrated, but at the same time, no matter if it's in the private setting or publicly on TV or something like that, either way, you're still going to get scrutinized for it. If you don't do anything, you're going to get scrutinized for it. So I think either way, in that situation, it's lose-lose because you're going to be scrutinized no matter what you do.
Yeah, it's almost like
I guess so.
I mean, if he
It's-
hadn't done it, they probably would have been like, "Oh, you let him talk crap about your wife and her disease."
Mm-hmm.
So I think he was screwed either way.
and mom says, nope. It's a 50-50 shot with me. I mean, I'd say, it depends on who it is that they talked about. If they talked about, my mom, nope, absolutely not. I would not allow that. I would, hit the person. If it was Sarah, same thing. If it was my brother, that'd be another story. So and it just depends on which brother, though, too. I've got 3. So, but yeah, just I guess it depends on who it is. But yeah,
You wouldn't protect your baby brother?
no, he can protect himself. So anyway, I mean, I was kind of curious about that. Also, we have Alfonso Ribeiro, who played Carlton. I can never get his real last name right. Plays as Carlton. He's still acting to this day. He's
And
hosting. What was that?
And hosting.
And hosting.
Yeah, he's hosting. He hosts Funniest Home Videos. He's also known to co-host on Dancing with the Stars and a show called Jack Hanna's Passport. So he's a really big host right now. And my mom commented and said, "Don't you dare. It's not worth it." Well, Mom. Anyway. So next person is James Avery, who played Philip, who was the judge and the dad. Or in Will's case, the uncle. He continued acting in TV and movies up until he passed away in 2013.
Oh wow, I can't believe it's been that long.
When he passed away at the age of 68 due to complications of heart surgery. So I mean that's a sad way to go.
Yeah.
And then we had 2 different Vivians, 2 different Aunt Vivians. Mom, first one was Janet Hubert. She's still acting in TV and movies. She's appearing in her first Comic-Con in August. And she is currently, to this day, sharing personal content on social media about her life. The other one is Daphne Reed. She's still acting to this day. She's now a photographer, and she's running her own clothing line, which is named Daphne Style. And she is on the board for Child Fund International and the Richmond Ballet. So she's all over the place on that one. And I wanted to point out the reason they ended up having 2 different Vivians was because Will Smith got into an argument in a fight with Janet Hubert, which was the first Vivian. So he got her pretty much kicked out of the show.
How am I not surprised at that? I guess.
Yeah. A co-star having problems with another one and getting them out. I've heard of something else like that. Oh yeah, Charm. And she only lasted 3 seasons. But yeah, there was a ton of tension on set. Told her to go to the dressing room between takes because she wasn't laughing at his jokes. He took it personal. She was also pregnant. And her husband was unemployed, adding to the stress and making her less inclined to accept a contract that did not prioritize her family's needs. So that's pretty much what happened with the whole Vivian situation, why there was two.
Well, Will Smith was a little
Right.
immature back in the day.
And then
Yeah.
we have Karen Parsons, who played Hillary. She is now a successful publisher and author of children's books. She started the Sweet Blackberry Foundation, which is an organization that creates short animated films and books. So she went the opposite way. She went and quit acting to write books for kids.
I like
Which
that
is
because
good.
they made her seem like she was really dumb on the show.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then we have Tatiana Ali, who played Ashley. She's now a wife, a mother, and a businesswoman. She started her own business named Baby Yams, which focuses on Black maternal health and wellness. She is an advocate for all Black and Indigenous mothers, and she still acts and sings to this day. The only thing I have for Joseph Marcel, who played Jeffrey Butler, is the fact that he's still acting. And then I don't know if you remember the very late seasons of the show. They had Nicky, the youngest son.
Okay.
Okay, so he's now, his real name's Ross Bagley. But he is now a realtor and still acting, and he's a DJ in Los Angeles. So he's definitely staying in the entertainment, portion of it. And then the last person I have is the one that, I think is probably the second or third funniest of everybody, DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Oh gosh.
Whose real name is Jeffrey Towns, or no, his nickname or his character is Jeffrey Towns. Sorry. He still tours to this day as a DJ and still collaborates with Will Smith when Will Smith, has his music going. So that's pretty much what they're doing. Facts about the show. Now this is interesting because I didn't even know this. But the shot where Jazz, you remember the scene where Jazz is always being thrown out of the house?
Yeah.
So here's what's interesting. The shot where he's being thrown out of the house was actually on location, and it was shot 40 times.
Oh.
But only one shot was used to avoid continuous errors so that they didn't have to keep re-rolling and everything else. It got to the point that the producers made sure he wore the same shirt on the episodes that he was being thrown out.
That's hilarious.
So that way, it didn't go, so somebody didn't actually look at it and go, hey, he didn't wear that shirt, but yeah, he's being thrown out with a different shirt. So so I thought that was interesting.
That probably saved a lot of money since they did 40 different shoots for the first one.
Probably.
Yeah,
And then the house pictured at the beginning of the show, every episode, was not even in Bel Air.
Huh.
It was actually in Brentwood, California. So they weren't even, so that house wasn't even in Bel Air.
That seems to happen with a lot of
Liars.
shows.
Yeah, a lot of your shows are like in a different part of, either the U.S. or up in Canada or wherever.
Yeah, like Charmed wasn't even fully filmed in San Francisco. So
Yeah, there's a lot of Canadian things that they film in Canada where they say they're different places. Like they'll say they're in the Rocky Mountains when in Colorado area than when they're really filmed in Canada.
yeah. And then here's something interesting too, which I did not know. I should have, because I've seen the music video, but it didn't click until I read this. Carlton's Dance, which, I don't know why I remember Ace and a few others wanting me or you to do the Carlton Dance on the show, and it just wasn't something that happened. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
So, anyway, Carlton's dance was actually inspired by Courtney Cox on Bruce Springsteen's video "Dancing in the Dark," which
Huh.
it didn't even click to me that's where it came from and was inspired. It was also inspired by Eddie Murphy's White Man Dance from his comedy special Delirious. So I didn't know about, I don't know anything about Delirious, but I did know about Dancing in the Dark, and it does have Courtney Cox on there, but I had no idea that dance was inspired because of her.
Now we gotta look back at that music video and see if it was used.
Oh, I see it in my head because I've seen
Oh.
that video several times, and yeah, it makes sense. And then here's something kind of, I mean, I don't know, makes sense. But anyway, Will Smith had no acting training or experience before the show started. I mean, he was kind of a slow starting rapper. Everybody knows this. He teamed up with DJ Jazzy Jeff and did Summertime and Parents Just Don't Understand. But for to be an actual actor, he had no experience whatsoever. And here's what's funny. So for one, the show was based on the life of the series developer's life. So the series developer, he was homeless. He went to live with his rich uncle, and then he, at his age when the show first started, he's like, you know what, I'm gonna write a series, and this is what I had to deal with, and this is what I had to live through. So, which generally happens to most shows where it's either the director, producer, writer, doesn't matter. It's about somebody's life, and then they turn it into a series.
Or movie, or...
Yeah. And then, I don't know if you know who this guy is, but Quincy Jones.
I've heard the name.
He's the one that also helped write with what's his name? But anyway, We Are the World. I can't remember the other guy's name. Richie crap. Anyway, Richie something. I'm spacing his last name. But anyway, Quincy Jones, who is a Hollywood mogul. I thought this was funny. He actually made Will Smith show up at his own party, Quincy's party, and made Will Smith audition for the lead role for the show in front of guests like Steven Spielberg and Stevie Wonder and others. But he told Will Smith to show up for his own party, so Quincy Jones's party, and audition in front of everybody. So I thought that was interesting. And then Will Smith almost left the audition. He wasn't going to do it. They kept nagging him to do it. So he went ahead and did it. And he was like, no, he did the part, and then he's like, no, I think I'm not going to complete, I'm not going to do the show. Then he realized that he nailed it on the first try. So because of the fact he nailed it on the first try, they brought the contract out, wrote it up, said, okay, go ahead and sign it. And they signed it immediately. So
there you go.
Will Smith was not even going to do it. So I thought that was interesting. And then
Definitely.
yeah, Lionel Richie. Yeah, that's right. I knew it was Richie, but yeah, Lionel Richie. But yeah, so Will Smith wouldn't have started his career on that show if he had bowed out of it. And then the last thing I have for facts on this show was Will Smith had to beg his best friend, Jazz, to be on the show. Jazz wanted nothing to do with it. DJ Jazz was like, well, no, you're into the TV shows, you want to be on camera for TV, movies, whatever. I just want to deal with music. I'm a DJ. I don't want to be on there. They were going to pay him $10,000 for an episode for 6 episodes and wanted him to try it out. And at first he said, no, I don't want nothing to do with it. I'm not interested. Will Smith went up to him and said, hey, here's the deal. How about you try 3? You'll get $10,000 for 3 episodes. So $30,000. If you don't like it, then you'll still have $30,000. But if you do like it, then I'll talk to the director and try and get you on more episodes. Well, and he bribed him with a couple other things that I'm not going to announce on camera. But DJ Jazzy said, okay. He says, I'll do it. And that's when he became almost a regular on the show. And that's,
cool.
that's all I've got for facts. Most of them I didn't even know about, honestly. So
Same, yeah. That was kind of cool.
it was. I thought it was interesting. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to our next topic. So, Chris, think about all the concerts you've been to, all the sports events, because I don't know if you've been to wrestling or football or whatever, but all sports events, all the concerts you've been to. What was the best sports event or concert you've been to, or the worst?
Oh, man. I haven't gone to a lot. Well, I went to I guess, a Journey tribute band concert at a local fair, at my local state fair, so I thought that was kind of cool. I don't know if I have a worst one.
Yeah,
I don't think I have a worst one, but
yeah, I've been to many concerts. The county fairs. Actually, I think that's me. Well, besides a couple at the former Mill Casino, and I went to a casino up in Northern Oregon. Other than that, I think one of the best concerts that I've been to was the Eagles cover band. And usually I don't like cover bands because they don't sound, it just does not sound right. But this cover band, who's known as Hotel California, amazing job. They sound just like the Eagles.
That's kind of the same situation with the Journey one. They got somebody who just sounds like, the lead singer.
Yeah, I thought it was amazing. The guitar solos, the music, it was almost like they were playing a recording because of the fact that they sounded so almost the same as the original Eagles, and I was really impressed by that. And then the worst, I'd have to say, I don't know, Trick Pony, a country band that only had maybe 1 to 2 good hits, and the rest kind of fell through. I don't know. It was between that and the Scorpions rock band, because Trick Pony, I only knew 2 songs. And I was only there because I think my mom was there, but I know I was there because I was with a friend who went. I didn't really know who they were. I didn't know any of it. Scorpions. I like the Scorpions. I have nothing against them. but it was just the way the concert. I think it was the way it was way too many people. They didn't have much room for like standing room, off to the side for people who get like anxiety around lots of people.
Yeah.
So I think that was my only problem. Christy Wilson says, "Hi guys." She says, "I love Scorpions. Rock You Like a Hurricane is my favorite Scorpion song." Yeah, I mean I like that song too, but and then I think you have any.
I've only been to 2 concerts, so it's not that great of a choice. But honestly, between the 2, I really thought Dwight Yoakam was going to be amazing. He was not.
Oh.
He did apologize because he was sick, but he didn't want to cancel. So I mean, I understand why he sucked. That was a hard one to get through. And then I went and saw Cowboy Troy and Big and Rich in concert. They were at a casino in North Dakota when I worked there, so I got cheap tickets and went, and that was actually really good. They like broke a guitar on stage, and I like them. Randy doesn't like hip hop, but I think it's cool. You said you didn't like Cowboy Troy.
Oh, he's annoying. And then the other event that I didn't care for, and I'm sure, I don't know if Ace is going to watch this or anything. Probably, but was going up to Raw in Portland. The only reason why I didn't like that, it was my very first Monday Night Raw, and this was a little over a year ago, but it was my first Monday Night Raw. It was an amazing experience, but some things I didn't like the fact that it was in the top, what they call the nosebleed section, and it felt like gravity was like trying to push on me downward, and I felt like I was gonna like roll off the top there. And I mean, other than that, and the fact that there was so many people because it was Portland, other than that, it was a blast. But yeah, I mean, I can't complain much though, because it was a free ticket. He was nice enough to offer me to go with him, and we got, it was a free ticket for me. So I do appreciate that, and I did thank him for it. But it was the fact it was way up there. I could hardly see in the ring. And, other than that, I did have fun with that. So, all right. And then we're going to go ahead and move on to Chris's favorite. And I don't know if my mom's still watching, but I know she enjoys it too. Celebrity birthdays. So we're going to go ahead and start this off with, if I could find the page, because I like change page here. Anyway, first off is, so you've seen Land Before Time and All Dogs Go to Heaven, right?
It's been a long time, but yes, I have.
Well, the girl that does Ducky, I don't remember what she did, or she played the girl on All Dogs Go to Heaven, but she played Ducky on Land Before Time.
Yes.
She's the one that got murdered when she was 10 years old.
By her dad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, by her jealous dad.
Oh, wow.
So I had to put her on here.
Yeah.
Born in 1978, and of course passed away in 1988. So
is that today's birthday?
Yeah, that's today. So
she'd be 46. Oh, 47 today. Sorry.
48.
She's 10 years older than me.
Sarah got it. Actually, 47. And then
I only know that because she's 10 years older than me.
And then we have we talked about this person before. Oh, mom even said 47. So mom was right on too. And then we talked about this person a few weeks ago from Step by Step, Dana, who is played by Stacy Keenan.
I'm gonna go 63.
Ouch. Oh, and Jason Kelsey went to Mom's Kitchen as well. Oh, interesting.
My mom used to be the cook over there.
Sorry. And then I was kind of hoping. Oh, Mom said
There you
55. Actually, Mom's closer. 50.
go. Wow.
So she just turned 50 today. And then Mom's not going to know this because she does not like hard metal music. I don't know if you're even going to know it or whatever, but the lead singer for Slayer.
Never
90s,
listened to music, but I've heard the name.
yeah. Lead singer Tom Araya.
$57.
And I'm sure I'll get a question mark from Mom, but he actually turned 64 today. So, and most people know this person. Mom said 100. Really, Mom? People know this person by the song "Follow Me." Knows it by Rescue. Does something with Kenny Chesney, When the Sun Goes Down.
Oh, that's a good song.
Uncle Cracker.
He's like 46.
44.
He's probably older than that. He's probably in his. Honestly, he's probably in his 50s or something.
He's actually turned 51.
Hey,
And then,
I always had a crush on him.
and then, Mom said 67.
Oh, that's really old.
Mom. Okay, so everybody knows this guy. He is one of my favorite of all time horror villains. He's amazing, and if I was like my brother, I'd get a tattoo of this guy. But Freddy Krueger, Robert Englund.
72.
70.
And
$1.
what?
I said 70, but then I said $1.
$1. Actually, he turned 78.
That was my next guess.
So he's 78. Mom said 72. And then we have Paul Giamatti, who played Man on the Moon. He's been in multiple movies.
$78.
Whew.
Who is it?
Okay, maybe not.
What was he in?
He was in Man on the Moon. He was in. I only wrote Man on the Moon. Let's see.
Of course, after I.
Yeah.
Oh, him.
He played on The Holdovers, Sideways, Big Fat Liar.
Yeah, Big Fat Liar. That's where I know him from. He turned blue.
Yeah.
He's 68.
Mom said question mark. He's actually 58.
Oh. Sorry, dude. Sorry.
Hey, Chris said 70 something. So,
I know.
then we have Harvey Firestein. who was on Mrs. Doubtfire as Robin Williams' brother, the one that made the Mrs.
mask.
Doubtfire mask.
I love him.
Had the
Really
gravel,
raspy voice.
gravel voice. Did you guess, Chris?
I haven't. No.
Oh,
I'm still thinking. I don't know. 57. I might be
72.
way off.
he is actually he actually was close to Sarah's guess. 71.
I was a year off. I knew he had to be older because of Robin Williams'
Yeah.
age.
And then we have Jack Kilmer, who is from the movie Palo Alto, which was his first movie. He is also Val Kilmer's son.
30.
32.
Sarah got it. She got
Oh,
it.
did I get it right on?
Yeah,
Nice.
right on. 30 years old. I'm older than Val Kilmer's son. What? Mom's gonna like this next one, so hopefully she's listening. And anybody that knows WWE knows Drew McIntyre.
Blech.
Hey,
Oh,
Mom doesn't
sorry.
like him either.
Did I say that out loud?
The Scottish warrior, Drew McIntyre.
34.
38.
That's what Mom guessed. But no, wrong. It's actually 40.
Hey, we were close.
He's my age.
I was way under.
Yeah, you were under. No, he's my age at 40. So, wait, I'm not 40. I'm 29. Then from back in Mom does like him. Okay, I thought then it must be my brother that doesn't like him. Anyway, from WWF days in the 90s, 96, 97, 98, wrestler Ahmed Johnson.
No idea who he is.
I know. He was the big black guy that did the Pearl River Plunge as a finisher.
70.
Ouch.
48.
Sarah's closer with just that guess. Mom's closer than both y'all. Actually 55. Oh, wow. Then we have NFL's own from the Chiefs, DeAndre Hopkins.
37.
No, not 37.
What's his name again?
DeAndre Hopkins from the Chiefs.
No.
He played in
Kansas.
Houston.
Is he still on the Chiefs?
I believe so. Yeah.
Then he's probably like 38. Probably younger than that, maybe.
Yeah, younger. 33. So, then the last one for today before we go for tomorrow, Colin Quinn. Good movie. He was a bully on the movie Grown Ups.
$48.
No. Although he'd like you for that. But he wishes he was 48 again.
56.
No, he's actually 66.
Oh.
So
Oh,
that's why I said, Chris, he'd like you for that. Oh, Mom, put a question mark. Colin Quinn, Mom. I know you don't know who that is either. And then moving on to tomorrow's. I can't stand her, but I know who she is, so I had to put her down on here. Iggy Azalea.
she had one good song.
Yeah.
I don't know. She's probably your age, 40-ish. I don't know who that is.
42.
I know the name, but I can't think of who it is.
And then I guarantee I'm going to get another question mark from Mom because she wouldn't know who. She actually turns 35 tomorrow. Yep, see, question mark. I was right. But yeah, she turns 35. I had to put this guy down because he was a big time singer. He passed away in 2016. Prince.
Oh,
He
wow.
was born 1958.
I'm going to say
That's
60.
his birthday tomorrow.
Yeah. What will he be tomorrow if he
I'm
was
going to
still
say
alive?
60.
67.
Yep. Sarah got it right.
I'm just good at math.
This was close this time.
I was trying to think it too, and just throw out an answer. I don't know.
But yeah, 67. Now, Mom knows this guy. Yep, even Mom said 67. Mom knows this guy. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air plays this guy all the time. The song, it's not unusual.
Not unusual.
Tom Jones.
He was so in love with Tom Jones, I swear.
Carlton.
I always wondered if he was gay for him.
I'm going to
I don't
go
You would dance for him.
58. I really don't know.
What
I
age?
probably tried that.
He's probably in his 80s.
What did you say, Chris?
I probably undershot it. But I originally said 58, but I probably undershot that.
Oh,
Reverse the numbers.
85.
Yep.
Yeah, at least I had the right two numbers.
Mom was close with 89, but yeah, reverse the numbers. It's actually 85.
I said he was in his 80s.
Yeah.
Then I had to do this because I know Mom liked him while he was still alive. Dean Martin, born 1917 to 1995.
He's like 108.
109. I don't know.
No, Sarah hit it right on the head.
I don't know.
108.
It's not my fault. I'm just really good at math.
Then we have Michael Cera, who was Evan in Superbad.
I love him. He's my age.
Mom said 200. Really? Really, Mom? No, way off. Chris was closer. But anyway, so Michael Cera.
He's like 35.
37.
Ding, Chris got it.
Wow.
Because he is exactly my age.
Yeah.
He's like a month older than me.
So yeah, he'll be 37 tomorrow.
He's exactly a month older than me.
Yeah.
Because my birthday is July 7th.
Yep. And then we have a great action star actor from the movie Taken, Liam Neeson.
Oh, God.
Yes, Mom, 200 was for Dean Martin. I got it. But Liam Neeson.
55.
Liam Neeson?
He wishes.
I don't know.
He really like you for that one.
He's like 70 something.
70.
Mom says 68. Answer is 73.
I was closer. I said 70 something.
Then we have the guy who voiced Bumblebee in Transformers, Mark Ryan. In the
Wasn't there
movie,
several voices throughout the years of Bumblebee? I don't know.
it just said Mark Ryan was the voice of Bumblebee on Transformers. Mom question mark.
67.
70? Yeah, I'm kind of there too.
So both of you said
I'm thinking
67
70.
or 70?
I
69.
said 70.
Chris was closer. Oh. And then have you seen Next Friday, the movie? Chris?
I don't know.
With Ice Cube.
I don't think so. I might have, but I don't remember. So I'm going to say no. I don't know. I probably have.
There's an actress on there. She goes, she plays the character Sugar on that movie, but her real name is Kim Whitley or Whitley. Kim Whitley.
Mm,
And I'm not going to announce on the show what exactly her part was in that movie.
What was the movie?
Next Friday. Haven't you seen it?
I have, but it's been a very long time.
Sugar?
Oh, God.
Yeah. So I'm not announcing what. Yeah. Anyway.
I mean, it's an entertainment. I'm sure people would understand.
No.
I'm going to. I really don't know.
Oh no, Mom put question marks. So.
52.
Yeah, I'm kind of there too. 50.
Both of y'all are off. 64.
Is she really that old?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. How old is Next Friday?
99.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think 99 or 2000. Yeah. And then this guy who was he plays Man vs. Wild. His name is Bear Grylls. I don't know who that is.
Oh. He's
He
like
does
a
Man vs.
survivalist.
Wild.
Mom said, "Hey, hi."
I'm gonna say he's 58.
No, you're close though.
56.
She's closer. Mom said 58. Nope, 51.
55.
Oh.
I was gonna say it'd be funny if it was 55.
And then you know who this person is from the NBA. I forgot what team he played in, but Allen Iverson.
Oh God, what team did he play on?
Chris would know this.
I think he played for a lot of teams.
Well, yeah.
I think he was on the Lakers.
76ers.
Maybe not. I don't. I'll go Phil. Philly.
Yeah, he was on the 76ers.
Okay. 70.
I can't say.
It could be off.
Did you say 70?
Oh, he was on 76ers.
I really don't remember. Okay, 60.
Detroit Pistons, Memphis Grizzlies, and Threes Company. I don't know what that is.
I don't either. But no, he's turning 50.
Okay.
70, and you know who Allen
Shows how
Iverson.
much I follow basketball. I know.
That's actually more of a J-Mac thing than you.
They retired his jersey, number 3, from the 76ers.
Yep. And then everybody who likes wrestling knows this person. The 3 faces of Mick Foley. Oh, wait. 4 faces, I guess. Mankind, Dude Love, Cactus Jack, and Mick Foley. One and all the same.
True.
Mom, we're not talking about the TV show.
that was a really good show.
I don't care about him.
I'm gonna go 67.
Chris said 57. Mom says 58.
67.
Oh, 60.
67.
Jeez, Chris.
I don't know.
He's probably more like my mom's age, like 60 or 61.
He's 60.
Oh.
Wow.
I was still close. I was still close.
And then that's all for Saturday. And then I got a few for Sunday. Kanye West, the jerk,
Nobody cares
the
about him.
Nazi lover. Oh,
No one cares about him.
Mm. $49. I don't know. It could
ooh,
be
you were
off.
so close, Chris. So close.
Dang.
Actually, he's turning. Mom says 88. Really, Mom? Come on. Subtract 40 from that. He's turning 48. 88. Mom. Then we have Juliana Margulis, who was an ER nurse from the TV show ER.
Okay, I was like, wait, what?
64. No.
65? Oh.
Actually, she's turning 59. So, no, that was for the other.
Mick Foley?
Mom said 60. Mom! And then we have you seen the movie 13 Going on 30?
Yeah.
Okay, the mom on that movie. Jennifer Garner's mom, Kathy Baker.
I don't know. We'll go 58. We'll go under.
Oh, you're so nice. Mom's actually closer. 75.
Okay.
Then we have the daughter of Frank Sinatra, Nancy Sinatra. Mom knows who that is because she likes Frank Sinatra.
Let's see. 50.
Oh, she'd like you. She'd not like Mom very much. No, she's turning 85.
Okay.
So Mom was close, but still over. Then we have Bonnie Tyler, who sings Total Eclipse of the Heart.
I thought it was Cher.
No, she sings something else.
Cher's singing a lot of something else.
Yeah, I know.
I'll put the question mark. I don't know.
Come on, just guess. Mom guessed, and she doesn't even
All
know who
right.
Bonnie Tyler is.
I'm gonna say 60.
No, but she'd like you. Mom was closer. With she's actually turning 74. And then we have Keenan Ivory Wayans.
Okay, he was in a new show.
Yeah, he was in Living Color, and he's been in a few movies, and he's related to Sean and Marlon Wayans and Damien Wayans.
Mm.
I think he's the oldest brother.
Keenan?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 65.
Holy fuck. Sorry.
You're close. Actually,
Cool.
67.
He's really that
Mom,
old? Holy
yeah.
cow.
Uh-huh.
Mom did a question mark. Yeah, you were close this time, Chris. Then
Yay.
we've got two more. We have Kevin Farley, who is Chris Farley's brother. He was also on The Waterboy as the interviewer to Captain Insano.
Okay. 60.
Yeah, you're close. He's actually turning 66.
Oh.
And then the final one is Maria Menounos. She's been on a few different WrestleManias, especially with Ronda Rousey. And she's also the host of the TV show Extra.
Who?
Maria Menounos.
Okay.
Like I said, she's been on a couple, 2-3 different WrestleManias.
Right.
I know one was with Ronda Rousey.
Yeah. $55.
Mom was actually really, really close. She's off by 1. 47. So that's all the birthdays I got for the weekend. And so we're gonna go ahead and now move on to our 10 or less. I really enjoyed this actor. I did mention he passed away, or maybe I didn't. Now I'm saying it. I don't know. But in 2014, when he was 70, or he should be 74 right now. But Robin Williams, amazing actor. Even to this day, he's already been gone 11 years, which is a shock because it doesn't even feel like it. But
It doesn't. When you just said that, I'm like, has it been that long?
Yeah, I know. I had to look it up. But yeah, 11 years already. No, amazing actor. I still enjoy watching his movies even after all these years he's been gone. But I went ahead and chose him. So Chris, what are your 10 or less of favorites?
The 1995 edition of Jumanji. Hook. You also have Good Morning Vietnam, Aladdin. Probably one of his most iconic movies, Mrs. Doubtfire. Dead Pet Society, and Good Will Hunting.
Yeah, and you mentioned Mrs. Doubtfire. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's the most
That or
talked about.
Aladdin.
Yeah, I mean, when you're dealing with cartoons, that's most likely the most talked about cartoon that he's done. But Mrs. Doubtfire is pretty much the main movie that anybody talks about when it comes to Robin Williams. Although he is a great actor and he had been in other movies. I mean, you have Night at the Museum, and this is my list, but Night at the Museum, Man of the Year, RV, What Dreams May Come, Flubber, Jack, Jumanji, Aladdin and Mrs. Doubtfire,
Forgot about
Fern Gully, which I don't know how I keep forgetting that he played in Fern Gully as the Bat. He was the voice of the Bat. So, Fern Gully, Hook, and Good Morning Vietnam. So, I mean, I know I've done that list with him before, but I wanted to do it again because, I do miss his acting. I do miss, the only movie that I really thought was terrible with him in it was 1 Hour Photo that I actually seen. So that was the only movie he had done, in my opinion, that was not a good movie. That was kind of boring. So, but no, great actor. Definitely miss his movies. And then Jessica Alba. Jessica Alba, I did have a crush on her growing up. Even as a teenager, I had a crush on her. It was either Jessica Alba or Jessica Biel. Both of them I really had something for growing up. They're I like I used to like them a lot, but they're really good actresses. But this time we're doing the category for Jessica Alba. You know what? You go ahead with your list.
I guess the only one I could think of is Fantastic Four, the 2005 one. I know they made
Really?
different editions. Yeah.
Yeah, she was the Invisible Woman in Fantastic Four, the first one, and then the Fantastic Four Silver Surfer. So, and I enjoyed watching both of those from her. And then of course she was in Machete and Machete Kills. She was in Little Fockers, the third movie for Ben Stiller's. Oh man, I can't believe I completely forgot the name of the movie. But anyway, so Little Fockers, Valentine's Day. I did not like this movie at all. I thought it was stupid, and it was from Mike Myers. Love Guru. Could not stand that movie. I thought it was one of the worst movies he's ever done. But it made it maybe 10% better because Jessica Alba was in it. But I still thought that movie was completely ridiculous. It was ridiculously made, and it was stupid. So, but yeah, I only like that movie because she was in it. That's pretty bad. Then we have The Eye, Good Luck Chuck, Knocked Up, Honey. She did really good in that movie, and I don't know if you've seen. I don't think you've seen it because but it's just her pretty much being a choreographer and helping people learn how to dance and stuff. And then Never Been Kissed and Camp Nowhere. So yeah, I mean that was she's a good actress. Really enjoy her acting. And then the final topic. Now, summer's coming around the corner. In fact, it's pretty much here, especially depending
Yeah.
on where you live. They've already, Oregon has already made it to where you can't do any more burning for the season. So it's pretty much here at this point. But I went ahead and decided, what? I'm kind of curious, what kind of songs are good to listen to, kind of like a anthem for summer coming on. So with your list, what songs do you think is kind of like an anthem, like looking forward to summer coming? Because summer is my favorite season. Always has been. It's the heat. It's the, you don't have to cover up. Because of rain or cold. It's hot. It's nice. I love it. Summer's the greatest. Anyway, I'm going to shut up. Go ahead with your list.
I got Surfing USA from the Beach Boys. Rockaway Beach. Let's see. Cruel Summer. And Summertime.
Okay, I have to ask, when you say Cruel Summer, do you mean the older version, or do you mean that
from 83?
Okay, so Bananarama. Okay,
Yes.
I was gonna say, because if you're talking about Cruel Summer from that no talent hack that decided to go from country to pop and do a terrible job, Taylor Swift, for those that don't know what I'm talking about. I was gonna say there's some you need, I feel bad for
I
you.
need help.
I wouldn't go so far as to say you need help. It's just I'd feel bad for you. But I'm glad you said Bananarama. So, but my list is Summertime with Will Smith and Jazzy Jeff. Summer Nights by John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John. Then you have another Summer Nights, this time by Rascal Flatts. Steal My Sunshine by Len. Summertime Blues by Alan Jackson. Cruise by Florida Georgia Line. Because, in the summertime, you've got to cruise, especially if you love driving like I do. I have to drive. I have to cruise back roads. So I love it. Old Town Road by Lil Nas X, and I think Billy Ray Cyrus, and I think there's another one that sings it too. And then I have Kokomo by Beach Boys. Party Rock Anthem by LMFAO, which on the show we cannot announce really what that acronym is. And then we have Cruel Summer by Bananarama, which, we already mentioned. And then the last one I have is Too Cool for the Summer by Demi Lovato. So, that's pretty much my list, especially Demi Lovato's Too Cool for Summer. I think that's a good list too for summer. Like I said, I love summer. Summer's amazing, and I wish summer would never end. Honestly, I mean,
it could
you
be
have
a little cooler.
Well, I enjoy.
It could be a little.
I mean, I enjoy the heat. My dad and some of my family live down in Tucson. And right now it's 100, a little over 100 in Tucson. So
yeah, that's what I mean. It could turn down the temperature a little bit. I'm not saying to cool down a lot, but
well, I went down there to Tucson in August last year, and weather was somewhere between 95 and 105, and then when I went driving a little bit further to Chandler and Phoenix, it was like 115, 120. So I really enjoyed the heat there. And the best time is summertime. You've got these people who complain that there's not enough rain. They finally get enough rain, then they complain, I want summer, I want the heat. So me, I enjoy the heat. I enjoy summertime. And I think, this is kind of like I see Memorial Day as a gateway to summer, and it's amazing. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and probably hold on a sec. I'm sorry.
Mhm. No, those are good songs for the summer. I'm sure there's a lot more I could think of when it comes to like a summer anthem playlist. But what are you guys, thoughts or song ideas for summertime? I know there's a ton out there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There is definitely a ton out there. I just, that was part of 10 or less. I could have gone on and on and on, but chose not to. Because I tend to talk a lot as it is. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and close this up. Chris, do you have anything left to say?
No, thanks everyone for watching, commenting, and tuning in. It's always fun doing Entertainment Hour, doing these shows, and we'll be back next week for another episode, and just stay tuned.
Yep, sounds good. And just like what Chris said, thank you everybody for watching and commenting. Between Mom and Christy, we appreciate the comments. That's what helps us continue, with talking, even though I think I talk enough. So anyway, other than that, I don't have anything else. So I hope everybody has a good weekend, and have a good night. And that's all. We're out.
We'll see you guys next week.
Peace.